Hi, my name is Alfonso Severos, and this is the Peripheral View, my short video series on topics on the peripheral edge of the news. Next month, we have the Democratic primary for the mayor of New York City. Crowded field, a crowded field, and decisions must be made. Whoever wins the Democratic primary will more than likely win the general election in November and become the next mayor of New York City. That person will lead the recovery of the city, both economically, culturally, and socially. So it's an important decision. And we have a number of individuals running for this position. I'm not going to sit here and endorse or try to tell you who to vote for. That's a decision each and every person has to make on their own. However, I strongly urge people, we had to watch the debate, do your research. We had one debate already, and there's two more before the primary. Also go online and research the positions. You have Eric Adams, the current borough president of Brooklyn, police officer for 20 plus years, experience in government. He wants to reform the police department from within. Adams is a people's person, well-liked, and have done a pretty good job being borough president in Brooklyn. And that's a more celebratory position as opposed to a major administrator, municipal administrator. Some of the concerns with Eric Adams is that he was a Republican before he switched parties and a conservative Republican. And he doesn't support defunding the police, which really talks about putting changes in and moving some of the budget for support services. He wants to reform the police department from the inside out. The other issue with Eric Adams is that the city is looking at a reoccurring problem with gun violence. And he's talking about carrying a gun, being an ex-police officer. And he wouldn't need his security because he will secure himself by being armed. I'm not sure if that's the message you want people, and especially young people, to receive. He also advocates schools being open all year long. My biggest concern with Eric Adams, even though I like him very much, is I'm not sure he's that good of an administrator and can handle the administrative and fiscal responsibilities of the office. The next person, Andrew Yang. Most people know him because he ran for president. So he's pretty popular. Yang wants to talk about giving some guaranteed income to 500,000 people, 500,000 New Yorkers who have the lowest income. You know, he used to talk about guaranteed income, but his platform now talks about giving $2,000 a year to 500,000 people. I don't think $2,000 a year is going to lift people out of poverty. It'll help, but it won't lift out of poverty. I'm not too sure about his other. I know his positions, but I'm not sure about his policies. So he's an unknown factor. That's Andrew Yang. You have Mayoral, who was an attorney and on the civil Review Board, the Police Civilian Review Board, and a lot of her focus is on criminal justice issues and reforming the police department. She's slowly building a reputation. Then you have Carolyn Garcia, who is a probably the most experienced in terms of government management and administration of the whole bunch of people running. She's the she's the current Secretary of Sanitation under the Blasio administration. And she was also the one endorsed by the New York Times because of her administrative background and ability and experiences with large budgets. Outside of that, not too sure about exactly her policies. You have Raymond McGuire, the businessman from Wall Street, who just doesn't impress, has never been involved in any government, never had a voice on issues that affect the city, and here he is throwing his hat in, running for the mayor of one of the largest cities in the nation. He's talking about creating 500,000 good jobs. I'm not sure what he means by good jobs. You have Scott Stringer, progressive, a lot of experience in city government. I am not too sure because he has a little scandal going on, accused of some sexual harassment issues. Then there's Sean Donovan, who was in the Obama administration. That seems to be his only claim to fame, is that he ran the Secretary of Housing under Barack Obama. Outside of that, not too much there. Diane Morales, who I like a lot. Unfortunately, her odds does not look good. She is the progressive in this race, one of the progressives, and she focuses on improving the life of low-income and poor New Yorkers, dealing with issues of homelessness and issues with policing. She's for guaranteeing income and also cutting the police department. Those are the 8 major persons running for mayor of New York. They're similar yet different. However, regardless of who's running, the next mayor is going to have a major task, putting the city back together and solving the economic problems, because we're in a major deficit because of the pandemic. And also dealing with some issues of gun violence, homelessness, housing, affordable housing, and making the city work again. Just some thoughts to think about. It's an important election. I know that midterm elections, a lot of people don't vote because they only vote on the presidential. But this midterm is extremely important. So not only vote, become informed on the issues and the people running and their position on the issues. I hope this has been informative. So I will see you on the next video, and thanks for watching.